What's going on, motherfuckers? Welcome to the Crocs and Hot Pockets podcast. My name is Snackers, and today is Sunday, July 28th, 2019, and this is episode number 99! This episode is a free-for-all episode, and tonight I am joined by Salty Sam, Middle-Aged Stream, and Looples. Salty, how are you today, brother?
Doing well.
Hell yeah, dude! Middle-Aged Stream, what's crack-lacking, dog?
What's crack-a-lackin', LB? Doing good.
Little brother?
Little bitch.
Wow, okay. Looples, how you doing today?
Hey, I feel like I'm on The Price is Right.
I know that's not the Price is Right song, but that's the first thing that came to my mind.
Digging it.
Anyhow, all right, shut the fuck up. We'll get back to you guys in just a hot second. During the show, if you would like to ask a question to be answered during the Q&A near the end of the podcast, you can use !Q in chat followed by your question, and we'll get that during the Q&A. If we are not live and you would like to give us any kind of feedback or ask any type of questions, you can send an email to podcast@knackers.com. And lastly, if you enjoy us, you enjoy the show, and you would love to see us flourish from a caterpillar to a lovely butterfly, please consider leaving a review for the podcast on iTunes or your inferior podcast platform of choice. So first thing we're going to do is go around the room, introduce you to everybody that is here and chilling tonight. So Salty Sam, who the fuck are you? And where can we find you online?
My name is Salty Sam. You can find me on Twitch at Salty Sam, Twitter at The Salty Sam, and Instagram Salty All Day.
That's a lot of salt.
Been living life.
High in sodium. My name is Jimmy, aka Middle Aged Stream. You can find me on Twitch and Instagram at Middle Aged Stream, Middle Aged Stream on Twitter. Tingle my dingle, farmersonly.com. What?
Nothing at all.
Oh.
And our guest of honor tonight, Mrs. Looples. Who are you and where can we find you online?
Oh, you can find me on Twitch at Looples.
That's no Farmers Only profile?
Oh, no, I tried up, but it was a little too corny for me.
How have we not heard that before? Holy Christ. Well, it's a pleasure to have you on. So yeah, let's jump right the fuck into it. Middle-Aged Stream, how balls hot is it in your state, and how's life been since leaving the hot, if not hotter, Michigan?
I'm not gonna lie, dude. It's not that bad. It hasn't been that bad here the last few days. It was hotter in Michigan that one Saturday than it's been. It was as hot in Michigan that Saturday with the humidity than it's been here where I live in Texas all summer.
Yeah,
that's how bad it was.
That weekend was fucking ridiculous.
It was unbelievable, man.
Heat
Unbelievable.
wave.
It was like 111 with the humidity, dude.
Yeah, it was super gnarly.
It was what the hell is this?
That when I saw the weather that weekend, I was like, fuck, that's going to suck balls. Because Knacker's weather is almost the same as mine, even though we're fucking like 10 hours apart from each other because of the way the jet stream comes down.
Right.
So it was 100 degrees where you were at. It was 104 where we were at without the humidity all weekend. And I had to work day shift.
Oh,
Yeah.
that
Thank God I
heat
worked in the
index,
fucking
brother.
control room.
God damn.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
But no, it's not that bad, man. It's not that bad. I mean, it's mid to high 90s here, every day. But I mean, that's Texas in the summer. It's as long as it's mid to high 90s, it feels a lot different than in the hundreds. So
Really? There's that much of a difference, you think?
Yeah. Once you get into the hundreds, man, it starts getting like ugh. You just
Too
wanna
much.
Get in the AC.
And just feel the melanoma.
Yeah.
Dude, this is some serious weather talk.
Yeah.
We're a bunch of old men on the internet. What else are we going to talk about?
We jump right into the hard-hitting topics right out the gate.
How has your weather been lately, Ms. Looples?
I don't know. I never go outside.
At all? How do you get all your groceries for the lovely things that you cook?
I mean, I'm outside a little bit, but like not really.
But not enough. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Salty, what you been up to lately, man?
Actually, you could get groceries delivered.
I am getting very close to subscribing to some sort of plan that I never have to go grocery shopping ever again. I know that I'll still have to go out for like my premium meats and stuff, but for everything else, dude, fucking get it shipped, bud.
Doesn't
Mhm.
Amazon now have like fresh pantry or something that you can order from?
Yeah, but it's a separate. If you want the actual grocery, the cold stuff, it's a separate subscription fee. Like regular Amazon Prime doesn't do shit.
Right. And I think there's some other limitations to it as well. I remember looking it up because I was interested. I don't remember hating grocery shopping so much. And then something clicked. I feel like it came at the same time as me falling in love with cooking. As soon as I liked cooking, and then I realized that, oh, you have to go to the grocery store more often if you want to get good fresh food to have
Every
a good
day.
fresh. No, fuck that, man. You know what else pisses me off? How fast green onions die. It's a day or two max, and then they're fucking dead.
Do you wrap them in some like moist cloth and then put them in your crisp drawer?
What is a crisp drawer?
Like where you keep your
I don't know
your
if
things to get crispy, like the drawers that are in your fridge.
Normally, it's
Like your
the
lettuce
bottom
and-
drawers in your fridge.
okay, so
Yeah.
tell me the science that makes a crisp drawer crispier than a normal drawer.
It's the coldest area of your fridge.
Yeah, so it's super cold, and then so it's at a colder temperature, just makes it crispy cold. I don't fucking know.
I don't
know
think
the
this is a thing.
It's
Yeah.
a thing. It's a thing.
There's crisper drawers.
I think that the government has told all of you that you have a crisp drawer so that you put your fresh produce in it so it freezer burns it, and then you have to go back and buy the GMO ones that don't crisp as well as the healthy ones.
What?
You gotta
Bill-
think about this kind of stuff.
I don't even
Fucking-
know what you just said, but okay. I'm just gonna nod my head.
Oh my, how is
I'm
that
gonna
difficult
pat
to
the camera
follow?
like I'm actually
Bill
reading
Nye the Science
through.
Guy said eating GMOs is fine, so I'm eating them. Fuck them.
Yeah.
The government told you that you have a special place for your produce so that you put your produce in there so that it dies faster, so you spend more money on produce.
Dude, that crisper drawers have been around since like the 50s, man.
I don't fucking. What? Okay, is there like a special crisp water nozzle that
Yeah,
sprays it
there's-
every once in a while?
No, there's like a fucking lever. I don't know
Yeah,
how
there's
to.
like a vent.
Yeah, do you like
And even most
open and
fridges
close
even have
it?
a picture of vegetables next to this drawer, like on the
Yeah.
front of this drawer. I bet if
I'm
you went in
pretty
your
sure-
fridge right now, if you have two
You
drawers in
have
the bottom
one.
of your fridge,
Yeah, I'm pretty
one of
sure.
them's gonna say veggies and one of them's gonna say meats.
They both say white because that's the only color the inside of my fridge is. Like that's the only thing I see. No, but we have a pretty old fridge, one where freezer is up top and fridge is down below. It's kind of shit ass refrigerator.
There we go.
fucking go.
There we go, bud.
You fucking got it there, dude. So, Jimbo, what? So this is your last week of vacation before you go back to work. I feel like knowing your work schedule, being aware of your work schedule, makes my summer go by faster. Because like when you talk about when you end work and when you have to go back, I'm like, fuck, we're already getting to that time.
Yeah. Yeah. No. I go back to work tomorrow. It's not going to be that bad this week because this week there's no football practice or anything. Now, football practice starts for the younger kids the week after next. Like the freshmen, they like get an extra week of practice because they're new.
Okay.
And then in another 2 weeks, we start practice with the older guys. So, yeah, man, it's back. It's a bunch of the bullshit you hate, like you know, all the coaches. You gotta sit together, and the head coach, he's gonna he's gonna go through like a manual. It's like a handbook, and he's gonna verbatim read shit off slides on a PowerPoint, and he's gonna outline everyone's responsibilities. Because I mean, there's 13 coaches on the staff, plus all the middle school coaches are there too. So there's like 20 plus coaches in this room,
Fuck.
you know. So he's laying it all out, and you're just sitting there, just wanting to go. I mean, it's no different than like every year. You know, every year if you work at like a big job, like a big corporation, you got to take like sensitivity training or some shit. Like, you know, you got like annual, sexual assault prevention training, stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, you got these little courses you got to take every year, that sort of stuff.
Can you tell us more about the sensitive training?
Sensitivity training?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I haven't been to one of those. I'm just saying, you probably,
I guess
That's where they tell you not to call kids fat or
They actually they do have something kind of like that.
do
for
anything stupid.
Teachers, they
Like
actually.
name calling.
It wasn't called sensitivity training though. It was called something else.
The
They do that at my work.
training.
Did they mask it as something else? Did you take it or something?
Like I don't remember what it was called, but it was basically like a class to like basically tell us teachers like, hey, you got to stop. Don't be sarcasm is bad. Is basically was one big part of the
Yeah.
thing.
Kids don't understand complicated things.
So, but I'm like, I'm sarcastic as shit. I'm gonna be sarcastic. I mean, I'm not
Right.
gonna change because of now. I'm not gonna be sarcastic with a kid who's real sensitive. You know what I mean about that. So you kind of figure out where you can go, but I don't know what I like. Salty said, I think, and this is an example of the world being a little bit too PC. At times when you gotta have fucking sensitivity training. It's like, come on, man.
Honestly, I worked in a school for 7 years.
Mhm.
Never heard of this sort of training.
It's
now,
It's
It's
not
more
called
corporate America
sensitivity.
shit.
Yeah, I was saying.
Like if you worked at fucking Google, that's gonna be like every other fucking Friday. You're
Right.
gonna have to do some kind of dumbass course like that.
Yeah.
Dude, that reminds me of South Park.
Every
I'm sure there
TV
was an
show.
episode where yeah.
I don't know these
Fucking
references.
Family Guy did episodes of having to go to sensitivity training. But like they tried that at my work, and my work is basically, let's say there's 200 people at my work. 190 of them are men. 150 of those men are 40 and over, and all of them act like fucking like children. Would just like play pranks and talk shit to each other constantly. If corporate America saw what happened behind closed doors at my work, they'd probably fucking shut the whole goddamn place down.
More sensitivity
bunch of
training for
people.
Salty's work.
I want to segue what you were kind of talking to me
Repeat it.
about. And wait, what?
I
asked?
don't know.
I heard you say something. I have no idea what it was. What
I don't
is it?
either. And then she just lost it.
When I said segue, were you thinking of me riding one like a scooter, like the actual, like the? Is that what made you laugh?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay.
New podcast is Dad's on Segways.
Yes. Going into this time of year for me where I'm going back to work, it's ironic, but even though I dread it, I also look forward to it too because I ramp up my business so fast, I have to be a lot more efficient with my time. And so I find myself I'm just being overall more productive even when I have less free time. If that makes any sense whatsoever.
Yeah, because it forces you to not be lazy about the time that you have.
Yes. Because now it's summertime, there's all these things I could have been doing for my stream and like my office and all this stuff that I want to do. And I could have gotten started on a bunch of that shit these last couple weeks, but I would rather also hang out with my friends and be on the couch and just like, just kind of take it easy and just do whatever I felt like. So this is the time of year where when you start ramping up, I also get a little excited too, because that means my brain switches modes to, being out of summer vacation mode and getting back into work mode. So,
Do you find yourself more productive with your stream during the school year than, and I don't just mean like you obviously don't have more time to stream, but because you're in that productive state of mind, do you find yourself like, oh, I have these 45 minutes. Let me knock out all of these tasks that I've been kind of.
absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
without a doubt.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's weird. It's like when I'm on, and I imagine this is something that some of you may have experienced as well. That's why I was curious if any of you dealt with that at all. But when you have all the free time in the world, I find that I get way less done than when I have very limited free time and just have to, find time to do some shit,
I feel like it's easier to procrastinate.
Oh,
without a
yeah.
doubt.
Like, oh, I have a week to do this 15-minute thing?
Yeah.
Later.
No problem.
That's basically all the projects I've done on this house.
Fuck
like-
it.
A full week's worth of solid work, and all this shit could be done. But here we are after a year. We're still working on the same shit.
Yeah, hey. That's what a house is for, right? Just never-ending workflow.
Just fuck with it all the time.
Well, Loopholes, I would love for you to take a second to dive a little bit inside yourself. Say, I want you to talk about your Twitch channel, kind of what games you play, what are you known for, what do you like to do, what do you not like to do? You have the floor.
Shit, man, I don't know. That's a lot of pressure.
On the spot!
Fuck my dick, man. Well, I'm Loopholes. Yeah, I occasionally stream on Twitch. I started doing like cooking streams once a week, so it's been really fun. And then the rest I just play random games. I don't. Yeah.
What's
the
game that you've played for the longest?
I don't know. I've gone back and forth on a lot of games. I used to get into like the what was it, like the PUBG and all them games. I used to get into those, but
Battle Royales.
Yeah, there we go. Battle Royale.
There it is.
There it is. But yeah, no, I haven't been able to get back into them.
I have been watching people play them lately, and I have sort of kind of got the itch. I just don't know if I'm gonna have fun. Like I see other people playing them, and I see them having fun. And I don't know if it's just my jealousy.
I don't think it's about having fun. I think it's like you start playing it and then you kind of like it for a little bit, but then you hate it, but then you just want to keep playing it even though it brings you no joy.
I think that's what like most battle royales are for me in general.
Yep.
Yeah.
Me too. I mean, we're being totally honest. It's just competition fucking I love playing games like that for a very short period of time, but eventually I'm going to burn out on every single one of them.
Oh, 100%. 100%. I have been seeing people play PUBG lately, and they have done a very nice job of optimizing the game. It runs really well, apart from a few little glitches here and there. It is still insane to me how easy it is for people to snipe streamers in that game. It's every fucking round over and over and over again.
Yeah, I saw some clips from some popular streamers, and yeah, it's crazy how every match they're just found so quickly.
Like, out of the millions of people playing that, well, do we think there's millions still playing PUBG?
There's probably still a good amount. I don't know if it's millions.
I don't think it's millions.
Hundreds of thousands.
I don't know.
A lot of people are starting to get back into it, though.
Oh yeah, definitely.
They just did a big update not that long ago, right?
354,000 average players. Now, I don't know if this Steam Charts website also collects data from out of the country.
I have no idea, my dude.
I mean, that seems about right. A couple 100,000.
Then you got to consider that they're probably at least, 100,000 more playing it on console. Because I know they have it on Xbox too,
And mobile as well.
Yeah, there's a shit ton of play on mobile.
I think their main market is fucking mobile. Their main market's Korea anyway, so
this is
mobile.
True.
Yeah,
mobile.
Like
Alabama.
I'm gonna call you on my mobile. Well, Salty, have you managed to get any time into any video games in the past couple of weeks?
This is really sad to say, but I've played nothing here at my computer.
Okay.
But I've been playing Slither.io on my phone because it's the only thing that gets through the firewall at my work.
What? Okay,
I played that bitch for like 6 hours last weekend.
Speaking of battle royales,
sad. Yeah, I haven't.
That game is freaking awesome, though. Are you kidding me?
I love that game. I don't know why.
You put on some music and you can just be a snake for hours.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And it's one of those fucking games like back in the day with consoles. Especially with consoles, because they were short levels. It was like, let me just play one more. Let me just try that level one more time.
Yeah.
Let me just fucking do that over and over again for fucking 6 hours straight. And I don't understand it. And you make stupid snakes that look retarded, and your names are... I found out that the same community of Twitch users that make fucking hilarious Twitch names play Slither.io nonstop.
What?
The worm-oriented puns that are in these usernames in Slither.io.
Oh yeah, there's some good ones.
Can you win that game?
No.
You can be number one in like
in
hold the
server.
leaderboards. Yeah, but then eventually you'll die or like have to go to the bathroom or something, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like,
Because you literally can't take your hand off the game.
yeah.
Okay.
Or-
What's the longest you've played one round?
I don't
Hours.
know. Long time.
Hours?
Probably
Yeah.
at least an hour.
What? And
you
Yeah,
Okay.
well,
a
I'm
tough
just like,
spot.
yeah, if I'm just like chilling at my computer and I'm just like, oh, let me just like watch a stream or something, and but then like play Slither in the background, you know, you're just chilling there with being a snake. I don't.
Yep.
Okay, do you die more
Snake life, best
often
life.
to running into yourself, or is that even a thing in that game? I don't know.
No, you can't run into yourself, but a lot of
Yeah.
times imagine Centipede, but you can't hit your own. Like you can run over your own snake, and there's like 600 other motherfuckers in the same channel that are all playing on the same map. And if you hit any fucking snake anywhere but where like the one spot where you can kill them, then you die. So it's like die, live for a while, die, live for
Okay.
maybe a little bit longer.
Yo,
It's
I forgot
100%
about
luck.
Centipede.
It's 100% luck. There's very little skill. It's basically just get the fuck out of the way faster than everybody else.
Okay. Can you die from people that are smaller smaller than you?
Yep.
You can.
That's normally what kills you.
What the fuck?
Because what they'll do is they'll just sprint their fucking snake around the front of you, so you hit the side of them and die.
Can the smaller snakes go faster than you can?
No, well, it's like proportional. Like when you're in the top 10 in any server, you're bigger than like all the other snakes combined.
Whoa. Okay.
You're fucking huge.
Yeah, I don't like where this conversation's going.
Yeah.
So when you walk in a
Anywho.
room and everyone's naked.
I've been working at the house a lot, and I'm drinking fucking. Are we doing drinks? I'm drinking.
Oh wow,
I'm drinking fucking the Red Devil himself.
Budweiser.
Fucking regular ass
Mm.
Budweiser.
Wait, okay, I'm forgetting something as to why you hate Budweiser.
It's not that I hate Budweiser. It's just terrible beer.
Loopholes just baptized somebody underneath their desk.
Yeah. I have a spicy little leprechaun down there, and every time that I dunk him under the water, he hands me a cold beer.
How fucking cool of a fridge would that be?
I don't know, but he keeps telling me that I am indeed after his Lucky Charms.
Here's a beer.
Fuck off.
Jimbo, what kind of video gaming have you been doing these past couple weeks? Did we have a show? We did have a show a week ago.
2 weeks.
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah, there was no show last week because I was there.
You know, one of these days.
Yeah, you guys had that get together.
Yeah. One of these, I would love for a week that you come into town where we could do an in-person podcast. I just don't have the fucking space for it right now. So that'll probably have to be a next house thing.
Okay. Video gaming?
Yeah.
Mario Maker 2.
Yeah.
I'm watching you struggle last night.
Yeah, and I
Night
played a
before?
little today too. And then FTL, which after watching CD and the Third play it over your place made me want to get back into that game.
Yeah.
Wait, what's FTL?
Faster Than Light. It's an indie game that came out in like 2012. Pretty popular indie game. It's a roguelike, like space. It's like Space Oregon Trail is the best way I could explain it. Space Oregon Trail, because there's tons of RNG and shit, but it's fun.
It's pretty popular indie game. Probably never heard about it, but it's
Probably
pretty
never
popular.
heard about it. Yeah. It's pretty popular. No,
Yeah.
there's plenty of people that never heard of that game. It's an indie game, but from Subset Games, I think is the name of them.
To put it this way, when we found CD and the Third playing the game, there was 2 other streamers that were playing it at the same time he was. It was like 4,000 viewers, and then 2 viewers and 1 viewer, and then just
Yeah, it's not
wasteland.
as. I mean, the game's old. It's been out a while, and it still has a following on Twitch, but the following is not as big as it used to be.
Yeah.
Right.
So, but yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, that honestly, those are the only 2 games that I've really. Oh, off stream Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 with my son.
And how was that?
Oh, super fun.
It's fun.
Yeah, it really is. It's mindless beat 'em up. I mean, there's a little strategy and stuff. There's some menus that I don't really like, but overall, we're having a pretty damn good time with it. So
Okay.
it's fun. But yeah,
we know what Salty was drinking. And I missed if you willingly purchased the Budweiser or if it just happened to appear in your house.
It was leftovers left here.
Okay. Hey man, any free beer? Are you kidding me? I'll slurp that up.
Yeah, me and the wife got a night without kids last night. So
You got
My
a
mom-
night without kids and then you came home and there was free beer waiting for you?
no, we went out. I don't like going to bars and shit. I never have. Like I'd much rather just chill at somebody's house and drink beer and play cards. So like we went out until like 11:30, 11:40, something like that, and then went back to my buddy's house and he gave me some beer.
Wow.
I'm always gonna take free beer. I don't give a
Nope.
shit.
Fucking yeah, 100. One.
Plus-
That's a whammy.
Like I had a couple nights in the last week where I just pounded all the good beer I had in the house because I had a Leinenkugel seasonal pack. I had a couple 12 packs of Dos Equis and like all kinds of shit, but that's all gone. It's hot outside. Beer's cold.
It's easy equation.
Yep.
Jimbo, what are you sipping on tonight?
Stella, and then I gotta fill up. I ran out of my whiskey. I busted open a new bottle of my favorite whiskey, Green Spot.
Green
It is
Spot.
It's a single pot still Irish whiskey. It's hard to really explain. It's really, really smooth. It's probably about the smoothest Irish whiskey out there, in my opinion. It's my favorite.
Do you research all your drinks? Like when you get them?
He's a booze
Not
connoisseur.
always, but most of the time, yes. I have. I do
I
a
was
lot
like,
of research.
holy shit. Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah, before, but I mean, I've had so many different things, and if you're gonna spend a good amount of money, like for a bottle of Green Spot, depending on where you buy it, in the States, costs about $60 to $70 for like a 700 milliliter bottle, like the
Shit,
smallest
dude.
one. So it's a little pricier than buying like Jack or some other bourbon or something like that, but it's worth it, and it's not like a top tier that costs like $150. You know what I mean? Because those are you can get some really, if you have a shit ton of money, you can get some great booze.
Oh, absolutely.
But I want to try and find great booze for great value. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
We're all ballers on a budget. We can't be
always
going
on a
out there
budget, man.
spend $100, $150. How long does okay, so how many times do you say you fill up a whiskey glass? And if you're having like a good Friday or Saturday night stream, how many times are you filling up the glass? Like, is it like this much? Like
No,
this much?
I would say, because I like mine on the rocks, I usually put in 3 cubes of ice.
Okay.
And then I try to pour out about a little more than like a regular serving.
Ah.
I don't know. I think the most I've ever had, I think I drank about half of those in one stream one time.
Half a bottle?
Yeah. Of a 750 milliliter bottle.
So
So really-
Shoo.
Yeah. I mean, it was.
Dude, if
That's
you
not
think
normal.
about it, that's a lot of water too, because that's a lot of ice cubes.
That's right.
There you
Just
go.
Put that out there.
I was going to ask how long a bottle could last for $70 a bottle, and if you can take that out in 2 weekends, damn.
No, I usually a bottle of whiskey. If I buy a bottle of whiskey, it's gonna last me probably at least 2 to 3 weeks
Okay.
for a bottle. Yeah.
So then the key is to buy 5 bottles of different whiskeys and then bounce in between them all so you don't like run out of one too fast.
Or you just keep buying the same one you like over and over and over again.
Do you
What do
find yourself doing that?
Yeah, with whiskey, I only drink like 3 or 4 different whiskeys. That's it.
Do you ever try like
Personally.
the Costco Grand Liquor
Mm-hmm.
that they
Mhm.
have? 'Cause I
Yeah.
know they have like the super big size, like jumbo Costco size
Yeah.
tequila and stuff.
Yeah, no, I
The
just
fuck?
they don't put out a whiskey. Now they have some vodka, like and
Yeah,
and
it's
some tequila. That's
freaking
pretty
massive. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
good. But like whiskey, no.
I have a problem.
Yeah, I've tried it, but yeah,
Colin-
no, man. I mean,
Colin left me a bottle of something. I don't know what it is. I'm gonna go grab it. I'll be right back.
all right. So what are you drinking, Luples?
I'm just drinking some Hoppy Poppy Figaro Mountain IPAs.
Is that your favorite type of beer? IPAs?
Yeah, it's my favorite type, but just definitely not my favorite brand. But it's just what's in the house right now, so
I got you.
it's what I'm consuming.
IPAs, I'm so particular about.
Really?
I've had some bad
Would you
ones, yeah.
consider yourself a beer snob?
Oh, absolutely, 100%. Yes. And even look at Salty's shaking his head. Yes, like yeah, I'm definitely a beer snob. But at the same time, though, if somebody offers me a Budweiser, I'm not gonna like spit in their face or anything. Like,
Like,
I spit on you.
I have a story about Jimmy and his extreme distaste for shitty beer. I'm going to show you a picture of what my face looked like the last time that he was here. There's no other story. I was trying to allude that he spits in my face, but that's for our other activities. All right, let's play a game called... Fuck, there's a label on the back of it.
Play a game called Fuck. There's a label on the back of it.
Yeah.
I'm in.
All right.
Shit. I don't know if I can see behind me though.
Guess the whiskey or the bourbon, but it says both.
It's
Looks like a
something with
Jack
a-
Daniels or an Evan Williams bottle.
Oh, you fucking got it!
Oh.
Good.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
Jack.
I mean, Jack and Evan Williams are basically the same bottle, so
Okay.
just about.
So this is what he left me, and it looks like he went to town. He was only here for like 2 evenings. He fucking tanked it.
Yeah, I
don't know
mean
if he
that's
shared it.
about as a 750 milliliter bottle. He drank half of it in 2 evenings. I mean, that ain't bad. That's like a $30 bottle right there.
Yeah, he had to
Okay.
brush his teeth. Yeah.
And this is Colin we're talking about. He fucking knows his shit, and he also loves whiskey. I've been trying, as you know, this shit has been in my fridge since last year that you were here, aka 13 months ago.
No, I
And,
didn't buy that one. Boo bought that one.
What is that
No,
one?
I bought this one.
Oh, you bought that
Yeah,
one. Okay.
you
Johnny Walker Black
Label.
Yeah.
It almost looked like a cooking sherry.
It
I
kinda
mean,
does.
it could be. Maybe
I think it's the green label. It like threw me off.
it's black.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
it looks
black.
it looks green.
Oh, well, it's tasty and it smells nice. I just need to I think I need to.
Smells great.
Yeah. I've always
I love
heard Black Wrath talking about his old fashions, and I feel like that's something that I could maybe get behind. And I also feel like if I drink those enough, I can maybe grow enough hair around my nipples to where I could drink whiskey straight. There's also a little fear that I'm never going to be able to drink whiskey or bourbon or scotch just straight up, and that kind of scares me.
I didn't start drinking whiskey straight up to like 3 years ago, man. I mean,
That's right.
And 3 years ago I was 35. So you got a few years. You got a few years. It's
All right, good, because I'm nowhere close.
Wait, does that mean you have like a lot of nipple hairs now?
I do. In fact, I have to go to a special nipple hair barber to get it brought down because of all the amount of whiskey that I drink. Yeah.
Now, this was going to be a question for
They're
everyone.
called narbers, in case anyone wanted to know. A
Wait.
nipple hair barber is called a narber. If you see an in arbor when you're driving down the street, or you could see barber and you just see a big nipple, right? You know the little barber signs that swirl around like the little red swirls? If you see a big ass nipple right next to it, you know they shave nipple hair.
There's actually some significance to those things, those spiral things
they used to let blood in the 1800s.
Mm-hmm.
So that was why it was red and white. Candy
Oh,
stripes.
that's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, they used to do bloodletting at the barbershop. That's where like Sweeney Todd, the whole fucking plot behind that movie.
I'm pretty sure it's because they just like to eat candy canes while they cut your hair, but I'll just whatever you say is right. I mean, whatever.
I'll go with Christmas.
Yeah, that's what I kind of think of too. All right, well, this is to me getting used to sipping on
Episode 99. Here we
acid.
go, motherfucker.
I don't even drink whiskey neat.
This is the podcast where he just vomits all over his mic.
There will be no number 100.
Your next creative stream is going to be you with like a bunch of Q-tips and hydrogen peroxide, like trying to get puke chunks out of your keyboard.
Oh no.
No, it's just him learning sign language.
All right, guys, you gotta take this episode from here. I'm fucking done.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have that same fear of not being able to drink whiskey. I just don't drink whiskey.
Yeah, just drink what you like. If you don't like it, you don't like it. Man.
See,
Yeah.
But I think
hairy
it's the same
nipples,
thing.
not hairy nipples. Like,
Yeah.
I don't care
that's-
either way.
That's your decision to make. You
I'm
know?
a relatively hairy dude anyway, so it doesn't matter.
So I'm kind of in the middle where I've got a happy trail and I've got a couple strays down the middle, but then I also have nipple hair. So every once in a while in the shower, I just shave, but it's only around the areola. There's no hair that comes out of the nipple itself. So I just have like a mighty
a good thing.
saucer of hair that I'm like, well, you know, you guys can go away. And it's like, it's so little hair that I don't have to like wash the razor in between. I can just do like both nipples at the same time. But they always sneak up on you.
Exactly.
You look down and you're like, oh, shit. Who wants to suck on that? No one.
Dude, I would be totally
care.
afraid to bring like an actual razor blade that close to my nipple. Like I use I have a little trimmer. I'll just use that.
Well, you just got to make sure to depercolate them, and then they're not a problem. They're not like a razor hazard.
I don't do any of that shit.
No
This
depercolating.
conversation has gone like this.
Up. It is straight to the top.
I don't do any of that.
No manscaping at all.
Very little.
Okay. Raise your
Does
hand if
this
you've
look
cut
like
your
somebody
ball
who
sack
gives a fuck
open.
about trimming?
Yeah, I mean you
Oh.
don't have a shitty. It's not. I mean that's kept.
Yeah, you're very clean.
It's kept this much. It's literally just kept enough. This shit doesn't really come in that well anyways. So this takes like 2 seconds. And then every once in a while I just trim my mustache so I don't eat it. And that's
Yeah.
it.
And that's fucking. Ugh. There's nothing better than just getting a full mouth of ass hair.
Does
That could-
eating your own mustache give you like proteins and enzymes you need?
Probably not.
Mm.
Hang on.
Yeah, tell us. Do you feel proteinized?
It just tastes like whatever the fuck you ate 6 hours ago. Which is probably
Yeah,
bad.
plus mold. It's such a distinct yeah, like when you accidentally eat your own hairs many hours after you've eaten, you're like, that does not taste right.
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
These are common issues.
Speaking of eating mold, Looples, what video games have you been getting into lately? Is there anything that's been like super tickling the fancy, or are you just still kind of just playing whatever?
Are you
I
just
don't-
eating mold?
Yeah, what? What are you talking about? Eating mold? What?
Segways, man, keep on track.
That was the weirdest segue I've ever heard in my entire life.
This is how we do it here,
Welcome
okay?
to Crocs
Never-
and Hot Segways.
I feel like I just went down a slip and slide full of peanut butter, but on the other end are not a whole bunch of happy little puppies. You know what's on the other end? A brick wall, and I hit my face on it.
Wait, starting in the peanut butter wasn't the worst part of it?
I mean, at least that's
Depends on
delicious.
whether or not it's crunchy.
Wait a minute. So you were expecting to go down a slip and slide that was going to cover you with peanut butter, expecting that there'd be a bunch of puppies on the other side to lick it off you?
Oh.
This is why you do these things.
The Freudian slip comes out. As she
All right.
sips nervously. Okay, I get
Well,
it. It must have been that stupid ass organic peanut butter where the top 3 inches is oil every time you open it up. That's the only way that slip and slide would be slippery. Because if it was normal chunky gift,
No, you got to put your muscle into it if you want that shit creamy.
That's right.
What I'm talking about. So, anyways, mold video games.
Exactly. No, like I've been playing a lot of Deep Rock Galactic recently.
Yeah.
So that game's really fun. I've been playing it more off stream than on stream, and then I've been playing a lot of Division 2. But I've been playing a lot of that off stream.
Okay. How do you like Division 2?
It's really satisfying like that burp.
Woo! Aerated.
Yeah. I played the first division, but once I got to end game, most of the people that I were playing with, most of them already like stopped playing, so I didn't really get like my end game gear, and so I just kind of stopped playing.
That sucks.
Yeah, no, but for this time around, I actually geared up, so I'm actually doing the end game content now, and it's very fun.
End game content is as in the stuff that comes after the end of the game, or actually like the final missions?
Yeah, so there's the missions like the end of the game. So once you're level 30, then you're finally top level, but your gear is shit. So you have to level up your gear all the way to item level like 500.
Jesus.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot of leveling. It's a lot of grinding. The game is very grind heavy, but it's very fun.
Okay.
But there's a lot of games that are very grindy, you know, and they're still fun. Like take the Destiny games; those are very grindy, but people still love them, you know.
Oh, absolutely.
Or like any MMO, that's grindy as shit, you know. So it's just grinding in a different aspect, I would say.
I have no way of explaining this logic, but there are certain games where I'm okay grinding. And even though all video games have no IRL end game, right? Like there's no amount of grinding that you can do in a video game that is going to give you something out of the video game, right? It's all encapsulated in this online in-game world. But there's some games I'm like, I don't really see the point of doing all this grinding. And then there's other games like Astroneer where I can start from the beginning over and over and over again and not really care. I don't know what makes me feel one way about a game like that and what makes me feel another way. I think it being a survival game probably has something to do with it.
I don't know. Maybe it's just something, I don't know, just like that feeling you get. I think people feel that way with books, like how it doesn't hook into them, you know what I mean? I feel like the same thing is relative to video games, where you can start playing something and it doesn't hook you and then you're just not interested. Whereas some people, like, something in it just resonates and just hooks you and you just can't fucking stop.
That's honestly kind of how I felt about, speaking of Deep Rock Galactic.
Oh, the game is so good.
Yeah,
they did such a good job.
And I'm pretty sure they have added like a shit ton of content ever since I've played it, which is probably like 6 months plus.
I don't even feel like I've gone like that many hours into it yet, but oh my god, when I have played, I've just been digging the farts out of it, you know.
What character are you playing?
I've been liking the scout because like her just YOLO with the zip line, like her. I'm like, oh, I'm getting attacked. Let me just fucking nope the fuck across this line right here.
That game made it so you have to squad up, kind of deal. Like you have to have the other people with the other.
Yeah.
I almost said features.
We've still, I don't know, we're still so early on in it that we've still been like getting by with like 2 or 3 people.
Oh, okay.
Like on the missions. So we're still relatively babies.
I just know something was fucked up on my wall. That game, speaking of grindy, that game can be pretty grindy too, especially if you want different beards or like any type of skins. It can be.
The cosmetics are pretty fun. Pretty good.
Myself, my friends Weenie Kelnohe. Oh, I just friend zoned Weenie. Weenie Kelnohe and 42. I think we spent a half an hour just buying skins and then zooming in on each other dancing to whatever music was.
You go and buy everyone around at the bar, and then you dance while drinking the beer, and then you throw the empty beer cans at each other's heads.
Okay, so that's new. Beer and cans did not exist.
So like where that radio was, there's now a bar, and you can go to the bartender and then buy beers that have like different buffs or perks to it. So
no
now you can drink, you can like buy all your teammates around, and then you can just hold on to your beer and head over to the jukebox, and then you start dancing holding on to your beer.
That definitely did not exist.
Yeah.
Super funny. I feel like I spent so much time just like because you can get your dwarf just drunk, so we were doing that.
Oh, good old. I almost said Pirates of the Caribbean. Fucking
See,
Yeah,
if
you
these-
guys should.
Sea of Thieves.
You guys should revisit it. It's a really good game. I think maybe they added a lot of updates to it.
Okay, I'll have to go back to it. I think Sea of Thieves is one of the games that I have talked about playing the most and have just not bought it. Because my hype for Sea of Thieves goes like this. I hear people praise it, and then I hear people shit on it. And then people praise it, and it just goes up and down, up and down.
I think Sea of Thieves is like pretty community based, isn't it? Like,
Oh,
I feel
yeah.
like,
there's definitely devout fans.
yeah, like, there's some, I don't know.
There's some
mean-
hardcores.
Fucking Summit keeps just revamping Sea of Thieves Twitch like every 6 months. Same thing. I
Mhm.
mean, he's back in GTA 5 RP again,
Yep.
Yeah,
and it's fucking like a shitload of viewers again. And,
Yeah.
like, the entire. It's so funny when he comes back into a game because the entire server like perks up. Everybody, all the supporting channels, all
They see
get
the
like
influx.
a shitload of views
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
and a ton of people. Brings racing back every time. Sorry, I don't watch it every day anymore, but I still watch a lot of GTA 5 RP.
Okay, so what people have you been watching the most lately?
I like Corona. I like
Morton Pike.
I like Milton. I like
You say Morton Pike?
Yeah.
his fucking characters are
Close
all
enough.
hilarious, but Dasmedi, Lord Kiwa, but like all of them. I've gotten to the point now where I don't really watch live streams as often.
Really?
Unless I
More
know an
VODs and
event's
stuff.
going on. Well,
You
I'll
just
just
watch
go on
the
YouTube.
clips or the highlights?
Yeah, because there's like 2 or 3 really good YouTube channels where they basically highlight everything major that happened in an entire day. And instead of spending like 20 fucking hours watching VODs to figure out what this one character was doing, it's like this guy does a video every day for every main character on the fucking server. So it'll just be like Ziggy number 78. And it's just like everything that happened
That's
in the last
freaking
day for this one
crazy.
character.
That's actually really fucking smart. Oh shit, Jimmy's
Yeah.
loaded.
And there's a couple really good discords for some of the streamers too, where they actually just do like a day in review where mods basically just write a sequence of events and link to fucking clips and timestamps in their VODs to where you
Who
can watch
has
the shit happen.
Time for that.
Dude, right? That's so much
Yeah.
work. Do they get paid for all like doing all that work?
Well, I know for a fact that a few of the GTA streamers they'll do like a mod day where they raise money. And whatever money they get donated, like bits and donations and stuff, goes to their mods. But
Whoa.
like Remy the Siren, who at her peak was 2,000 or so, 3,000 viewers at a time. Now it's just like a few hundred because she's been taking a break from the game and stuff. Her mods are fucking incredible. I don't understand how the fuck they have time. That was the first time I saw it. It was like timestamped to the second, the clip of whatever the fuck they were describing that happened. And they just kept
shit.
doing it for like every single day. And she streams for like 12 hours at a time.
Right, so it's 12 hours keeping the fuck boys out of chat.
Keeping
and then
notes,
notes. Oh my god, that
putting
would
markers
be
in.
Yeah, that's a hell of a lot of work. Jesus.
that is I can't, oh, it's gone. Have you
That's-
gave up?
It's annoying as fuck. I keep hitting the mic and I think it's making a shit.
I honestly didn't even notice.
Yeah.
When you put the work that mods do in perspective and how much attention they actually have to pay if they want to be an effective mod, and it's not, there's such a weird balance or imbalance of I want mods, but I don't want them to be obligated to do anything. But I also don't want to feel like I'm being lazy with moderating my chat. And it's like, it's this constant internal battle of like wanting stuff to get done, but not wanting to ask anybody to do anything. Like, man, I kind of feel bad.
I have the greatest mods, man. I got one guy, and I know he's a member of your community as well, Buffalo Warrior.
Fucking
Like
badass.
he just takes cues. Whatever he always blows my mind. First of all, he's always there almost every time I start streaming, even if I don't announce it. Like today, I just did a short little bonus no cam stream for fun because I was just chilling. Like he showed up. Like I hit start streaming. 30 seconds later, I got that.
What
shit
a guy!
shot. I know, and what a guy. But here's what I like about the mods that I have. Like they take cues of anything I'm saying. If I'm getting ready to end stream, you know, they're throwing the socials out there. I mean, it's just like, I don't know. I've been blessed with finding some amazing people that I don't know how they manage to find the time, but they always manage to find, especially Buff, man. He's always around.
He's OG.
Yeah, he is. He is.
I totally had something I was going to say about Deep Rock
did not mean to
Galactic.
derail you, but we were talking about
as a moderator of Knacker's channel for a good long while now. He's 100% right. Well, and you have a lot of your shit is like automated to the nth degree too.
Oh yeah,
Like you have fucking shortcuts for all the chat commands and shit where you just hit a button, it launches all your shit that you need.
Yep.
And you have it separate ones for each type of show. So it's like, for the most part, it's just keeping people that run in there spouting fucking racist shit in the band room, and that's it.
I have had some weird people coming into the beginning of streams lately. I like starting in just chatting is using an 8-ball as a bowling ball.
I never do it.
Do you,
You
think
don't do it
people
anymore?
browse the bottom of
No.
just chatting to?
No. The troll. I think they do.
Who
'Cause I
says
know
about
I've
the
done it.
bottom?
We did it we did it when I was at your place last weekend. We were like,
Oh yeah.
hey, let's go to just chatting and let's see we can we just wanted
Oh, see, you're guilty of it too.
to, we weren't trolling, we were just watching.
We were just looking.
We were just
I
watching.
definitely do that shit. I used to do it all the
Mm.
time at work, and the funniest one I ever saw was these two guys that were drinking heavily.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure I watched their channel go from nothing to the most famous it'll ever be and get banned in a single night. It was like 2 hours of them just talking mad shit to each other and drinking profusely to bits and follows and shit.
Yeah.
So it's
So I-
basically like nobody, 5,000 people, banned.
There is a website that I'm pretty sure has been around for a while, but something that I was going to town on today, and it is twitchswitch.tv. It is a Twitch stream randomizer where you just click switch and then it picks a random stream. And then
Oh,
you
yeah,
hit
I've seen
switch
that.
and it picks a random
I'm
one.
gonna save this because I think this could be fun.
This is my newest favorite way to go out and just find people. Now, we probably went through 100, anywhere between 100 and 150 streams today, just sitting on the couch, just going through. There was a couple people that made us stop. The amount of people that use anime avatar face rigs, not even face rigs, but body rigs. Like we saw a full anime character from like belly up with the arms on the desk controlling a keyboard and mouse.
Yes.
We
Mm.
watched one for, I want to say 5 to 7 minutes, and they didn't say a word, but you saw this person, this anime person, like moving around. That was
So
interesting.
You just reminded me of something. So a few months back, and this is something that I'm still looking into, but I was looking at getting, you know, I want to go back to a green screen to do some cool stuff, because you can do some really cool stuff with a green screen that you can't if you don't. But I want to there's a thing called Face Rig. I don't know if you
Yeah.
guys all familiar with Face Rig, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a Steam. You can buy it on Steam. It's for those of you that don't know, listening to the podcast. It's basically you can create like a custom or use a custom avatar that takes the place of you. The webcam like basically picks up the parts of your face and animates the avatar. Okay, it's called Face Rig.
Snapchat face filters.
Yeah. Well, there's people that make custom face rig avatars. Like that's what they do. But it's if you want to get a good one, like a real good one, it's really expensive. Because what I wanted to do was I wanted to get my beer emote, like the face of the beer, and I wanted to be able to animate that.
Dude, that's
Oh,
creepy.
okay.
Yeah, and have that as, you know, like a thing where I could do like
Hey guys.
yeah.
You'd be foaming at the mouth.
But I went and when I looked into the work, that if I wanted to do that, like that type of animation would cost me, I'm looking at a minimum from what I was looking at online, the people that do this, $500-600
Whoa!
to get the work to get that animated. Yeah, like Paul's like rip Space Burger, but that was the burger one was one of the ones that comes with the software, so it was me testing it out.
Oh,
Yeah, that's where Space Burger came from.
I guess I remember you doing that. I don't remember a moving burger. I remember a static image. That's super
it was
weird.
A burger. It was a burger, like an actual burger with like onions for eyes and fucking. Yeah, it was wild, man. So
good times.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm still. If I could find a way, if I could find a way I could afford to do that, and make a custom one, I totally would. But I'm like, I can't afford to pay $600 to someone to make a custom avatar that I may not use at all.
Oh my God.
Really that much?
Or even if you did, it would be for a finite period of time.
Yeah.
Right,
So,
yeah, like if you're trying to use it as like a character of a stream, like how often are you that character on stream?
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean,
so
it would be pretty funny. I think it'd be fucking hilarious to do like the old school commercials with that beer.
It'd be great. It's just I didn't want to drop $600 because I saw you were talking about the waifus, right? Like that's like the most requested thing. Like if you go on FaceRig and if you look at the free ones you can download that people have made, like 90% of them are like these little like the fucking they're like little waifus, like little Japanese like anime waifus, you know? And I'm like, what?
People are fucking weird, dude. People are just fucking weird.
I know that, and I'm okay with it. It's just it blew my mind. I didn't realize that FaceRig was literally 90% waifu animated shit. It just I threw me, you know.
Was the place that you were looking where you got recommendations on where you could buy a custom template? Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah, and there's different types of the FaceRig uses different types of one. Like to get the one that I needed, it was going to be the more expensive version. Like there's some that can just do the eye tracking and mouth.
Right.
But if you want to get more expression, it takes a little, you know, with movement and everything. You need a fully animated custom 3D image, and that costs money. And I believe it. I mean, I'm not saying that they're overcharging these artists because I can't do what they do, you know. But I was like, fuck, I can't afford that. So I guess I'm gonna look elsewhere. So
do they recommend? Is there like you have to have this type of camera in order to do it, or can it work with kind of any camera?
No, it'll pretty much work. It'll work with just about any camera. It's just, like I said, if you want a good detailed image that's I mean, that takes so many hours. You're animating every single point. I mean, that's a lot of work. So I can't do it. I can't art. I would love to be able to do it someday, but you know,
arting's hard.
It is hard. Arting is hard. Arting is hard.
That's like the people who do the character models for like VR chat. People like charge for that. I don't know if you said.
By the way,
do they really?
I need to compliment you, Looples, because you are nearly as fast of a bathroom user as I am.
If it's yellow, let it mellow. If it's brown, flush it down.
Oh my God, that's poop.
I don't have the benefit of being right across from my bathroom. Like. One bathroom, my wife is asleep. The other bathroom's right next to my son's room. He's asleep.
You walk fast. You don't hold anybody up. It's rude, you know. Do your shit.
Down a flight of stairs.
Get back.
Oh, you go downstairs to go to the bathroom?
Yeah.
You better learn how to do it fast.
I'm just gonna run out on the fucking balcony out here and just piss off the roof.
I was gonna ask if you had pissed off of the balcony during the podcast before.
No, but I have pissed off the balcony before.
I mean,
I would have totally done that several times.
It was like the first night. It was like the night after I bought the house. I was here painting all night, and it was raining its ass off outside, and I was inside painting the house.
And you're trying to tell me you couldn't fit in a Twitch stream during that time?
No, selfish. I was painting an entire house.
You're just fucking selfish.
Somebody had to put this bland ass color on the walls.
I want to be entertained, Salty.
So
Well, that's why you don't watch me.
Oh man. So what has everybody gotten angry about recently? Has there been anything on Twitter that you've come across that you've been like, man, I really want to rage about this, but I don't want to seem insensitive, so I'm going to hold it in until the next podcast? Has there been any fun bullshit that you've gotten into recently? Maybe tweets that you've typed and then deleted?
social media wise, the only thing I can think of is I'm pissed at the update with Twitter. I feel like I know everyone's talking about that, but that's really true. I swear to God, like most of my feed is like somebody who I follow that liked something or reply. I'm like,
Or something that happened yesterday.
Where's my feed? Like a bunch of people that are liking stuff that I don't want to. That's, I guess I'm not mad at. I guess annoyed.
You just have to go through your settings to fix some stuff. For that.
Is there a way to fix that in your settings?
Yeah, you can just unmark it to see what people like.
Okay, well I will definitely.
Wait, really?
I didn't realize you could do that.
Yeah, you just drop down setting, just click a button.
Looples, you're my hero. Thank you. And whoever's listening right now, you hear that? You can change that shit.
I don't.
It's freak out culture, right? So everybody freaks out, but it's like, dude, I know it's a small hassle, but just click a button.
Click
The
a
problem
button
is
and
that every
undo it.
time Twitter updates from now on, you're gonna have to re-click that fucking button, just like the show latest bullshit every fucking time that bitch updates.
I mean, it's a free website. What are you paying to use it, right? So it's like
My sanity.
Yeah, I'm losing my sanity. My OCD.
The
I
only
mean,
other
if you're losing your sanity to a Twitter update, maybe you shouldn't be on Twitter.
This is a very good point.
These are the problems. But then again, the entire fucking world is losing their sanity thanks to social media. So I guess that really is the root of all evil.
Twitter updates and breastfeeding. Let's start a war.
Wasn't that a thing with the breastfeeding?
Yeah, pretty recently. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's always something. Fucking idiots.
But like mad, like
I don't stop you from eating your cheeseburger, you fat fuck. Don't worry about that baby getting fed.
Right.
Stop sexualizing a titty when it's in a baby's mouth, you sick fuck.
Was your question like just anything
Anyway.
in general that's made you mad? Like that's the question, like anything.
Yeah.
Okay. What's made me mad?
Yeah, what's made you mad recently, Jimbo?
I don't really get mad, dude.
You know what grinds my gears?
I really don't. I swear, I really don't get angry. I mean, I might get like my blood pressure might go up or whatever, but
Right.
like angry,
Oh, yeah.
I really don't.
Well, the reason I ask is because I know that everybody here, when they see dumb shit or they get mad at something, they don't subtweet it out. They're like, oh, that's fucking dumb. And then you just move on with your day. So what I like to do is get you in a group setting when your guard is down and the alcohol's flowing. And I like to extract that from your brain so we can have a healthy adult conversation about it.
Oh, you're trying to see if there's anything in my dumpster, you pervert?
No!
Tweet dumpster.
The recycle bin. Recycle beams? Anybody? No?
Most of the things that have pissed me off recently have everything to do with politics, and I just don't feel like this is the fucking venue for that.
Yeah, we're gonna leave
And
that
neither-
one at bay.
I'm just gonna leave that one where it's at. I think everybody pretty much knows my thoughts. The entire government is fucking trash. It doesn't matter what letter is in front of your name; it's all garbage.
There is I don't mind seeing a little bit of what other people are liking, but when I'm scrolling and I'm seeing more of other people's likes than I am tweets from people that I follow, that's when I'm like, okay, this is just kind of fucking annoying. Because I'll be honest, as somebody who was very avid about wanting the chronological feed only and seeing tweets from the people that I follow in chronological order, and the face rig website was open and I saw Burger Man just talking for a second. I was so like, no, I don't want to see anything that I don't follow. And then I started getting involved in conversations that people that were friends with the people that I follow. And I got into a lot of good convos. And I saw a lot of things that I wouldn't have normally seen if I would have been confined to my little echo chamber of a bubble. So I see the value in going outside of the people that you follow. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, some days you look down and you're like, man, none of these tweets are recent or from people that I follow. They're all just other things. Mm-hmm. But I understand. I understand that they're trying to get us out of our little bubbles and seeing what other people see.
They need you to stay on that fucking platform. No
as much as possible. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
and any ads in front of your faces we can fucking fit.
You talk about like getting angry and whatever, like Vance kind of said it. I mean, it's easy. Some days you're gonna have bad days. Something's gonna piss you off or whatever. But the truth is, if there's one thing, and I know I've said this a million times, because if there's one thing I've learned since I've been alive 38 years, which I've probably said about 100 times in this podcast, it's that it's just, man, life's too short to be pissed off all the time, man.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
You just can't. I mean, you gotta let shit go. And I know everyone here knows that. I know that's not what you were.
Yeah, Dad.
Yeah, but it's true, man. If you let shit bother you, one of the best. Okay, so when I got married over a decade ago, my wife, her grandfather used to live with us our first couple years of marriage, actually, because he pretty much helped raise her. He's a World War II vet, Navy guy. We always got along because I was an Army guy, and he knew I was a veteran too. And so, but when we were getting married, he gave me this advice, and he said, the short version was, life's too short to be pissed off. And if there's one thing when you marry Kristen, his granddaughter, my wife, said, make sure whenever you go to bed at night, if you're pissed off or you're fighting, you need to solve it before you go to sleep. You need to just figure it out. Don't go to bed angry.
Dirty Grandpa.
That was the best. Well, I mean, he knew. But I just think that was such a great piece of advice. If you're in a relationship, you go to bed angry, and then you start the whole next day fucked up. You know what I mean? Because you're pissed off.
Yeah.
So I've tried to adhere to that, and then you can apply that to other parts of your life too. Like, don't. I had in the coaching world, I'm probably the nicest coach on the staff, on the football staff, because football coaches can be known to be like kind of yelly,
gritty.
Yeah. And if you know me, that's not really me, but I mean, I will yell. But if I ever jump on a player but I get pissed off something, I will always talk to them at the end of practice. Like, I never just yell and jump their ass and then not talk to them. Like, I always tell them, hey, this is why I said something, and this is, this is not personal, but you have to understand you've given shitty effort, whatever it was. And I think that sort of thing applies to all aspects of life.
What's your conversation starter for when you need to approach another coach and have a serious conversation? Like, what's your icebreaker of a sentence? Like, hey, I gotta talk to you for a second.
Like, if I'm pissed off?
Yeah.
Like, about something?
Yeah, but you need to talk about it to open it up.
Do you throw your book down like in the movies? You play down, you throw it on your playbook.
My playbook.
Hey, fucker!
Bullshit.
Let's talk.
I don't know. It's not very common that I've gotten into altercations with other coaches, but it has happened. One time it happened at practice, but it wasn't me that started it. It was the other coach. So
okay,
but it turned into
the story.
Yeah, and it was like he wanted to fight me at practice, and I'm like, you're fucking crazy, dude. Just get out of here, man. You just go and then it kind of turned into go ahead, man, punch me right here. It'll be the last thing you do. You know what I mean? Because then he gets pissed off because he knows I'm right. You know what I mean? Right. Go ahead, man. Just go right here. Go ahead.
All that airborne testosterone from teenage
and there's
boys.
There's a lot in football, man. And so you gotta be able to wade through that. But no, I think the point of all that, and I'm not trying to not answer your question, but the truth is, I don't know. I mean, it would depend on the situation with the coach, but I don't really have. There has been very few instances where I've had animosity toward another coworker where I needed to address it right then.
Right. No, okay, so my question was more so okay, so not necessarily another coach, but when you need to have a serious conversation with somebody, do you have one go-to message? So for example, out of all the years that you've been here, whenever you've wanted to talk, you've always said like, let's go outside and talk. Like that's your message.
Yeah.
I usually say, hey, you got a sec? Like that's usually my like get into. I need to talk to you something about.
It's serious. The same with my coworkers too. Like it'd be just, hey, you got a sec, man? Let's talk. And usually I'll try and go somewhere neutral for them. Like I'm not gonna say, hey, come to my classroom or come to my. I'll go wherever they are.
No, that's not a thing. We have like, I'm feeling alpha in this territory, so we got to go to neutral ground.
Well, that for some people it is, man. Like for some people, like that's a way to like let people get their guard down. You don't want
my side of the yard, bitch.
Yeah, you could be like, hey, I'm gonna go to your side. You know what I mean? So that they're more. Hey,
meet the 50-yard line.
Yeah,
neutral ground.
Yeah, that's what you do.
Loopholes, what's your go-to sentence when you need to have that serious conversation?
Hey, bitch. Like,
come on.
I don't know. I don't have a line. I don't talk to anyone.
Hey.
Yeah, like pretty much in the kitchen churning butter.
Barefoot.
Salty,
Yeah.
do you have like a go-to sentence?
Like my work is totally fucked up. So if I have to say something to somebody that they did wrong, it's pretty much like, hey, Dick, you fucked that up. Now we all have to fix it. Thanks. And that's it.
Do you feel like saying that makes it personal or the exact opposite?
My work will chew you up and spit you out if you can't just take shit talking people all day.
Okay.
And it has been known to do it in the past.
Okay.
Like it's you practically live with these people. If you really can't stand a part of somebody's personality, you're in the wrong profession because you're with these motherfuckers 48 hours a week and all hours of the day and night.
I think that
no windows, right?
Not a whole lot.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I think that I have become somebody that would not survive in your workplace. But I think as long as a person is doing their job, I can oversee personality traits that don't agree with mine. But if you suck at your job and you're a dick, it's way harder for me to coexist with you.
Well, you're just talking about, I mean, that's different for anyone. I mean, not different. If that's the same for, I imagine, most people that at least are us talking. Like if you see someone that's inept and they're an asshole, well, you got no fucking time for them. If you see someone that's inept, but they try really fucking hard, then you're going to be like, okay, man, you can do this. You know what I mean? Yeah. But if they're totally inept and they're a fucking douche, fuck you, man. I don't got time for that.
I have had one confrontation at my work like that, and it only that guy fucking quit like a week later.
Mm-hmm.
No shit.
Yep.
Couldn't take the heat.
I had never met either one of these two people. They had worked on my shift for I don't know, 2 or 3 months, but I was on the other side of the plant doing other shit. And then I finally meet this guy, and all I've heard from every single other person on my shift was that this guy was a lazy piece of shit. And it was we had a ton of stuff to do, and we went to go do something that he hadn't seen, so he needed to learn how to do it. And he just dipped. He just took off and did something else. So I called him over the radio. I said, you better get your fucking ass. Over the radio that everybody could hear. You better get your fucking ass down here right fucking now.
Oh my God.
And the other guy who was standing next to me was literally 2 days into this job and was just like, who the fuck is this asshole?
Yeah.
I'm your new broski. Holy canteen. Is that a Hydro Flask?
Oh, yeah, that's my big boy Ben.
Yeah.
Yeet.
Does that always chill with you during streams?
Oh, yeah, he chills with me everywhere I go. Upstairs, downstairs, the whole stairs.
Hey, I forgot to ask, and I apologize, audio listeners, because you won't be able to tell this, but are you sitting in a dark room or are you green screened?
Oh, I don't have all my lights on because I'm not using my green screen right now. So I just have one light on.
Just the light. You look like you're about to get interrogated. Someone's an FBI agent's gonna come out and punch you in the face.
Perfect.
Where is she?
That's the
Pull-
vibe I was going for because that's how I feel like, to be honest.
Yeah, don't pull my fucking nails out. Ah!
Oh
yeah, that's what I
God.
was going for.
Cool. Okay. You're
Like
about to get interrogated. Cool.
Yeah, like 20 questions, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So for you, Loopholes, is it easier or better for you to work with somebody that you really get along with that doesn't do their job well, or somebody that does their job well and just chaps your cheeks?
I would have to say does their job well because, bitch, I don't got time in my day to put up with your non-doing job ass.
Yep, 100%.
And I'd
Look-
rather hate you, but like we get our shit done than like me liking you and then I'm stuck doing your work too.
Yeah.
Amen.
I know what these guys do. I don't know what you and as specific as you want to be. You obviously don't have to be too descriptive. But what is it that you do when you're doing real life stuff, not streaming stuff?
Oh, what I do?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, porn.
That would be something that is way difficult to do if the other person's not doing their job.
That would be miserable if they weren't doing their job correctly.
Like, oh, I guess.
Yeah, okay, yeah, keep going.
I guess this is a solo cam.
Is he fucking 12 yet?
Oh man.
So that was it. Porn.
Oh yeah. Is
Are you
that
serious?
okay?
Yeah, no, we can go with that.
Is that fine? Yeah.
No, I mean that's fine. Like, are you?
Oh.
Like, are you filming?
Why?
This is me pantomiming holding a porn filming camera.
Is that Dick and Cam?
Hold on. Let me get my. Is this? Yes.
I'll tell you what, that's actually probably something that I've never seen done in porn is the cameraman just grabbing the dick and just right into the camera. Has anybody else seen that?
That's a possibility.
It's probably out there.
Is
No,
it-
I don't do
everything's out there.
porn. I am unemployed right now.
I
Hmm.
guess.
We're in the middle of moving. We're in the middle of moving to Germany, so I'm in charge of
Ah.
all the paperwork and packing.
Deutschland.
Okay, so is that for sure and soon?
Yeah, we're moving mid-October.
No shit. That's awesome. Okay, so I never got to ask, and if it's total secret, that's fine. What was the reason for going out that way?
Nice gestures.
We're just gonna put this hand right back here. Anywho, thank God that was way more difficult to make out on the Sub 2R camera than it was this other camera.
I was like, oh, all right, I guess we're going.
What made you?
Cultural appropriation.
Okay, let me rephrase my question from earlier because I want to try and read. So, obviously, and whether you're unemployed now, no big deal. But if you were gainfully employed, what is it that you would be doing? Like, what would you like to be doing?
Whatever I want.
That's fair.
Yeah, but like, in what capacity? Like, what?
It's whatever feels good. I don't know. I'm not like career oriented. Like I don't have a set end goal in mind. I just do what makes me fucking happy, dude. Like
Really? No,
I
like
don't have
one.
I don't have an answer for you. Like,
No,
That's-
that's okay. I was just curious. I didn't know because some people they say, oh, I like art or I like writing or like whatever. I was just curious. That's all.
oh, no, you're good.
Yeah, I think out of all the people that I've asked that question, I don't think I've ever had at least anybody lately that's just like, I don't have one one thing that I really, really enjoy. What about cooking?
Yeah, I really like doing that, but it's like not something that I would do full time. Because he's
Right.
like saying if it's not a job, that if you're not
Right.
employed now, what's
Right.
something that you'd be doing? But it's like I don't have a
Oh, okay.
I don't have an answer for that, you know? It's
Yeah.
like-
So you don't know. That's okay. It's okay.
I probably wouldn't want to convert cooking to a full-time thing either.
Dude,
I
that
think-
would be so stressful. Could you think about
Yeah.
like working at a restaurant and just like someone yelling at you, like what time something needed to be done at, and you're just like, well, bitch, is not going to be ready. The fuck, I don't know what to tell you.
The risotto is still cooking.
fucking
Like,
raw.
You're like, I got it. It does the times don't match. Like I couldn't do it.
No.
Nope.
I think like if anything, like a Waffle House line cook. That's something I
Yeah,
could
you're just
probably
fucking
get into.
Making
You'd want to
scrambled
make
eggs all day.
waffles every day. You'd want to do that like every day.
I mean, they do other thing than waffles.
Yeah, they make meth.
Sausages. Wait,
Sausages?
is that a?
What is-
Please tell me that's a real thing. Stop licking me.
That somebody's making meth at a Waffle House? No, but they're definitely selling it there. It's
Okay,
open 24 hours a day, man.
meth and waffles sounds pretty dope. If I'm
Man,
being honest.
What else are you gonna do with all that money?
What?
That you're making off
What?
of selling meth.
Embezzle in
wait,
Waffle
Just go
House.
to Waffle House.
I wish there was a Waffle House close to me.
There's
Do
not one
you
close to
though?
me
Because
either.
I don't think they're good.
They are. Some are shitty. Some are awesome.
Okay, so I've only been to a Waffle House in I think like Ohio and Kentucky. I got a steak
Yeah,
and
the
eggs.
ones down south are pretty good. A lot of the ones down south are pretty.
You
solid.
went to a Waffle House and got steak and eggs.
Yeah, I'm like, okay. Here's
I
the
mean,
thing.
yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and stop you there too.
I
What the
like
fuck?
waffles,
I do
but
too.
I like waffles at like hipster places. I don't necessarily go out with the intention of buying waffles anywhere.
Well, then don't go to a place that's called fucking Waffle House.
I didn't have a choice. Okay, I was whipped and I had to go. It was. I mean, I don't know what kind of good meat, like good steak, you get at a Waffle House. I don't know where
You
they
don't.
buy it from. I couldn't even
Chicken.
confirm
It's
if it
probably
was
shit that's like left over from the trash can behind a fucking giant somewhere.
Fried
Mm,
chicken, and you put it on the waffle, and you had fried chicken waffles.
Oh, I love fried
I
chicken.
love chicken waffles so much. There's actually a very, very famous. I don't know if it's Detroit famous or if it's nationwide famous. There is a Roscoe's chicken and waffles.
Yeah,
I never
Uh,
heard
I've
of
heard
it.
of Roscoe's.
Okay.
yeah. Roscoe's pretty popular on the West Coast.
Not,
Oh, it is. Okay.
not a big
Yeah.
thing in Texas.
Then I think I'm thinking of the wrong place.
No, you might be thinking of the right place. It just
You
saying
probably
it's
are.
Not a Texas thing. That's all.
Reminds
They
me
are
of
in
Rocco's Modern
California.
Life.
They're making a new Rocco movie. Did you hear that?
No,
God,
but
when are they
that
gonna
sounds
fuck-
that sounds like I might need to
On-
sit down and
it's
watch it.
Coming on Netflix in August or September, I want to say. I saw. a
At
tweet
least
about it.
Netflix gives it some kind of clout, but
Yeah.
I hate that they're fucking up all of our childhood franchises.
Netflix is picking up everything. Are you kidding me? They have so much money now. They're just like, bam, we'll take you.
I would like to know their books though, because they are like $1 bajillion in debt. They just keep floating their shit on fucking funding.
I don't know. I don't know anything about that shit. I just like to
I
watch
don't-
shows.
Netflix has just been, since their inception, has just been original content out the ass. And it's just
Swooping.
like
Yep.
millions and millions and millions of dollars of debt.
The place is called Cuzzo's and it's in Detroit. And I don't think that is a chain because it's looking like they only have one.
Cuzzo's.
Cuzzo's, yes. It's everybody that I've talked to around the area has always
Southern.
spoken very, very highly of it. And I was just looking, there's one item called the Big Papa. Big Papa with 2 P's. Papa
I
is
love it
one
when you
P.
call me Big Papa.
Hey, Biggie. T-bone steak, 10 ounce, 2 eggs, waffles with home style potatoes. And in parentheses, plain or smothered. What's plain or smothered? The potatoes?
Plain. They hand it to you as regular potatoes. Smothered. They bring a pillow to your table and then try and kill it.
Fucking kill you.
Do you want a live potato or a dead potato?
Seriously, I've never heard of my potatoes being
Probably just got
smothered.
gravy. Fucking mashed potatoes and gravy,
Right.
bro.
Here's the
Put gravy on it.
Hazel's Southern Platter. Your choice of one of the following: 3-piece fried chicken, 2 salmon croquets. What is a salmon croquet?
Little pastry things.
Yeah, something. I don't know.
Croquette?
like a-
Croquet?
I've
It's like a
heard. I've
fancy
heard of
Hot
that
Pocket.
before, but I couldn't tell you what it is.
It's a fancy
Okay.
hot pocket. That's it.
Never heard of it. Nana's biscuits and gravy, 2 buttermilk biscuits smothered in country sauce
You
and
need to shut the
gravy.
fuck up right now, dude.
You
This
get-
is
Yeah,
bad.
dude.
You
this
getting
is not
hungry?
good. Please
Yeah,
stop.
dude.
I haven't had dinner, dude. I had that bag of fucking pretzels and my almonds. That's it.
Pretzels and
bitch.
almonds. Delicious.
Yeah,
And beer and whiskey. That's my dinner so far.
usually nuts fill you right up.
I know they do.
To the brim.
To the brim. The brim.
To the rim job. You know what? One of these podcasts, we're all gonna have to try and cook something the entirety of the show. Like we had that one idea before we started the show, and then the other idea is we're all gonna have to do the podcast while we're cooking food for other people.
Okay.
I mean, everybody in my house is asleep, so that other person's just gonna be fucking me.
Steaks it is.
I'll make some risotto.
Yeah.
there you
Okay. What is your number one favorite dish to cook right now, Looples?
Do takoyaki.
What is that?
They're like octopus fried balls. So like the batter is kind of a little bit runny, like pancake.
Okay.
But yeah, you just basically put it on like what's that apple fritter pan called, or like that has like the bubbles in it?
I don't know.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know shit about apple fritters.
Yeah, I don't know
apparently.
anything about apple.
But,
Have you made apple fritters before?
But yeah, no, but I really like making these takoyaki
I'm
balls.
not gonna answer your question.
What does apple fritter mean to you in the bedroom, Loopholes? This is the real question.
Hey, that's not my safety word. That's all we need to know.
Apple fritter.
All we need to talk about.
So it's I assumed that it was two words, but it is one word. I heard taco
Takoyaki.
yaki. So okay, so you had some images on Instagram while you were making this, didn't you? Didn't you have a story of you going through the process?
Sure.
Okay, so I think I remember seeing you fuck with octopi, and I was like, what is going on there? And I can't remember if I saw the end result. These look like meatballs, but it's octopus?
Yeah, it's like weird eggy batter. It's like super fucking delicious. And you put like this creamy fucking mayonnaise on it with this fucking takoyaki sauce, and then fresh bonito flakes with some dried like crackled nori on it.
Those are four things that I've never heard of in my life. Like, yeah, I was following along when you said
Crackled
octopus.
whatever, and
Well, it's just like dried seaweed. It's just, I don't know. I've just really been digging it. It's been my shit.
What turned you on to that?
Eating it? I don't know. Like,
I'm like,
what
where did you hear of it? Like, where did you find it?
Well, I used to live in Japan, so like I miss a lot of the food, and then so it's like nice learning to cook like some of the food I used to eat.
No shit. Okay. Wikipedia says main ingredients, and you can confirm or deny: batter, octopus, tempura scraps, pickled ginger, green onion, takoyaki sauce with mayonnaise, and green laver.
What the fuck are you reading?
I don't know. Oh, this looks like the seaweed. It was Wikipedia. I don't know, man. Takoyaki.
Yeah, and you use like dashi for the in the batter because it gives it that smoked fish flavor.
Okay, interesting. Well, consider me intrigued. Very dope. Well, is there anything you guys wanted to touch on before we got into the Q&A?
I want to talk about this fucking 16-year-old kid winning $3 million 2 hours ago.
Fortnite!
Fucking 16-year-old kid, 3 fucking million.
You were playing the wrong game, Salty.
There's no fucking doubt in my mind.
That's
That is
insane.
Fucking, if you came in dead last place, you won 50 grand up until the 21st place. So 21 to 100, you get $50,000. I think it's 16 to 21 or 16 to 20 was 112.5.
Mm-hmm.
And then it just kept going up from there. So like anybody that even went there got a year's salary just for showing up to the fucking tournament.
Pretty much, if you were the top 5 in solos, I think 5th place was like 900,000. But I mean, you pretty much were around
Second place was 1.8 million.
Yeah.
First place was 3 million.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was fucking nuts. If you were top 20, you were 250 grand.
But
Do you
the
think
truth
this
is, sorry, go ahead.
Do you think there's gonna make a lot more people like want to go competitive in Fortnite because they saw like this payout?
100%. Like, I don't get me wrong. Old days of esports have always been like pride, competition, blah blah blah. because there was no fucking money there.
Mm-hmm.
But if the money's there, like, it's going to go insane. It's going to be just like all the other competitive esports where it's just like hundreds of millions of dollars in prize pool money. You're going to pull in basically fucking athletes. Like,
is
that's
the
what
Fortnite
they're going
World
to be
Cup
raised.
participation trophies though? Like you're coming in 100th place and you're getting 50 grand or some shit?
Well,
No,
100%, but they had to
place.
qualify to be.
Yeah, you had to. Yeah, you like Ninja didn't
was
qualify.
weeks.
To give
It
that
was-
an example.
It was over the course of like an entire season. You
Yeah.
got points for shit. And then
Ninja, one of the best, did not qualify.
Yeah,
for the Fortnite World Cup.
I don't think Tim did, and I don't know if Lupo didn't because he was casting, or it's like he didn't qualify, and they're like, "Hey, by the way, since you didn't qualify, do you want to cast?"
it was like you have to have these stats in order to get into any of the competitive games, and then it was just like heats. And then you got to the fucking World Cup, and it's the finals. That's nuts. I just think that's insane. And I don't give a flying fuck about Fortnite. I haven't watched a Fortnite stream of any kind in months. The only time I ever really do is when Lupo's doing charity shit.
Yo,
Right.
I haven't watched. I'm not a fan of Fortnite at all. And I watched yesterday. I watched the duos finals, and today I watched the last match of the solos finals with my son because he was like, "Hey, can we watch the World Cup, Dad?" I was like, "The World Cup? Oh yeah, Fortnite.
Right.
Yeah."
I really don't mind it now that anything that has good casters that know what the fuck they're talking about and isn't just 100% cringe like it was 10 years ago.
Right.
I can watch.
Yep.
Like
Yeah.
I love when Lupo casts because he knows every single fucking person that's out there playing for the
Yeah.
most part in person. So it's like he cracks jokes, he does stupid shit the entire time. And at the end of the day, he knows the plays that they make. So I'm just proud of video games making money.
The number one prize pool was the Dota 2 International 2018. The final prize pool for the team was $25 million.
That's overall. That's
Yes.
not just one team. That's like for all the teams.
Oh, for
Overall.
all of the okay, so yeah, that was 18 teams, 90
That's
players.
That's the difference between pool and just prize.
Oh, okay,
Like,
that
the
makes
guy
sense.
who won today made $3 million, and he probably doesn't even have his fucking driver's license.
So to put that in perspective, today's World Cup finals for solos, the prize pool was 15 million, and for duos, the prize pool was 15 million. So technically, for Fortnite, the prize pool was 30 million for the entire weekend, which is absolutely
And you
insane.
say
That's a
entire
lot.
weekend like it's not just 2 fucking days.
Right.
Like, they put $100 million into their competitive esports this year. 30 million of it was in one fucking weekend.
That's so
awesome.
crazy.
I mean, good on them.
Right? Oh, absolutely.
And their new trailer they put out at the end of the final for their next season, it looks like they're going to roll back a bunch of the dumb shit and bring it back to a more pure game.
Really?
They're going to be bringing some shit back from the past, which I'm not going to fucking play it, but whatever.
Right. I can't until they bring a ranked system where I can play with other noobs. I'm not going to have fun getting wrecked fucking 8, 9, 10
That's
rounds in a
all of them,
row.
though, like PUBG and
Right.
Apex. Like, that's all I just get shot in the back from a fucking billion miles away.
In like in other games like Battlefield, where there's 64 people in a server and there's one person who's like really fucking good, you can kind of hold your own in different parts of the map where they don't exist. But with Battle Royale, where that circle is just closing and everybody who's good is just getting closer and closer to the circle, I can't fucking compete, dude. There's no way.
Yep, that's why I play Ark.
I'm
When I
definitely
die, I
more
respawn
inclined.
and I just keep going.
I'm more inclined to play pub than I am Fortnite because I can shoot people and they can't build a mansion to defend themselves.
True.
If Fortnite ever came out with a no build mode, I'd probably play it.
Well, Fortnite has their PvE that they said they're going like free to play with, and they never did.
Wait,
that's why I bought the game originally before the other Fortnite came out.
How much is the is it Save the
I think
World?
it's like $20 or something. Like
Okay.
I think if you like pre-ordered it or something, it came with both of them, but that was
Yeah.
like right when it was at its beginning.
Okay.
Yeah, when they first came out with Fortnite as a free to play, I bought the regular Save the World and then got Fortnite for free.
You are the first person that I remember playing Fortnite. Like, you are the person who told me about Fortnite.
Probably.
I'm like 99%
I love
sure.
wave defense games. I don't know
Right.
why. Especially multiplayer wave defense. I kept trying to get people to play with me, but everybody
Well,
else,
it's
it would
like
be
7
like
days.
one day.
7
and then
Days
they
to
suck
Die
it.
is like still really popular though.
And I
Weenie
played
just
the
got into
fuck
that
out of
game.
too.
Yeah. Yep. That's a game that I know that you play a lot, right, Lopals?
Well, I have played quite a bit of it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Weenie just got into it, and a couple other friends got into it, and they have been going hard. And I look
Yeah.
at it, and unfortunately, I can't help but judge a game by how it looks. And I see it, I'm like,
It's a really good
Mm.
game though. Like obviously the graphics aren't up to date,
right.
but you know they're not
It's
the
supposed
best.
to be that way. The map is gigantic. It has to
It's
be.
fucking so good though. It's
Yeah.
so addicting. It's so easy just to pour hours into 7 days.
I just looked it up to see what alpha number it's on. It's on alpha 17.4, and the last time I played was alpha 9.
Oh
I
shit.
can't believe it's still in alpha.
And I've got
Oh yeah, it's so
420
much. It's so much
hours.
different. So say if you played like a year ago, dude, it's so much different than what it was a year ago.
Yeah, and that's probably two or 3 years ago.
How
Because
did-
I used to run the servers.
That's right. Isn't that what you built the giant dick butt into?
Yeah.
Okay.
I built like a 90-story tall dick butt.
Didn't they?
Nice.
70s today.
Sure, your parents are proud.
Yeah.
I
So-
like. I want to get into a game like that, but I guess I just haven't found it yet. Like when we were talking about games that just resonate with you, kind of like right off the bat. I haven't found something recently, and it's not to say that I don't want to insinuate that games aren't good. I just haven't really found anything that's clicked with me lately.
If
I
you're
know it's
personally
out there.
attacked.
You feel attacked?
Yeah, I feel personally attacked.
Why? Because 7 Days to Die?
Because you don't resonate with the game right off the bat.
Oh yeah, no, I'm too impatient for that shit. I need more time.
It's like somebody that opens a book, reads the first page, and is like, "Yeah, fuck this."
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah.
In most cases,
for sure.
there's plenty of games out there that are like, this is fucking stupid," and I haven't even started it up yet.
Well, in my defense, Witcher was one of those games where the first 10 to 15 hours, I was like, "Oh my god, why am I even playing this?" But then, you know, you
In
give it a
which one?
fair
The
chance.
first one?
No,
third one?
3, the good one. Yeah, that was Witcher 3 was the first game that I ever played. And I'm very glad that I played it. I ended up dumping 115 hours into that game.
Yeah, plus there's a lot of side quests and stuff in there.
So many. And one thing that I
Yeah.
give The Witcher credit for is the side quests do not feel like side quests in other games. They all the quests, not all of them, but the
Well, they're all
majority of the
scripted, yeah.
Right. Instead of just like, hey, go to this town to pick up this thing and bring it back to me. Like you could go on a side quest in Witcher and then blink and 2 hours is gone. You're like, oh shit. That was a lot of time.
I've traveled across the world.
I give it credit for it. All right, motherfuckers, Q&A time. Our first question is from Conbot. I find myself getting bored of things easier, video games and movies, TV, internet stuff. I'm assuming this happens to other people too. So how do we counteract the feeling of getting bored so fast?
You starve yourself. It's just like everything else.
What, take
Just disconnect. Just
Yeah.
disconnect. Like that's what. Like I love sitting and playing video games. It was like 4 years of my life straight. Was just every single day I was off, spending 4, 5, 6 hours a day playing video games. In the beginning, it was really bad, and I was playing like all night, waking up before work, playing, going to work, coming back, playing. But like now that I don't play anymore, I really enjoy the times I do get to sit and play video games like a lot more. Even the dumbest Slither IOs.
Hell yeah, dude.
Like I will
This is the shit.
gladly smile my ass off playing this stupidest fucking free in-browser game on the planet.
Still respect you, Salty.
So, and it's like that for everything. Like same thing when if you don't like if you get bored with doing anything, just stop doing it for a while. If you like it, then you'll redevelop a taste for it and want it back.
Yeah, usually if you ever get bored of something, it's usually because you're doing it too much, perhaps, or you're something else. I mean, there's a variety of things, but I think that's probably the best. That's the best advice you could really give. Just take a step back. You know, if you're bored of something, take a step back. You know, especially if it's a hobby. You know what I mean? Because then you don't want to wear it out. You know, it's just like when streamers, you know, people get burnt out because they're streaming too much. Man, take a step back.
Yep.
So,
Looples, anything you wanted to add?
Nope, that's pretty much everything.
Okay. Yeah, I have found that streaming can make you think that you don't like playing video games anymore. It's a weird kind of side effect that I've experienced that I know a lot of other people have experienced as well. So I never feel like I get it very confused. I get boredom confused with exhaustion and also confused with burnout. So there's times where, like today, I was sitting here, I was preparing for the podcast, and I was kind of like watching YouTube videos. And sometimes when I prepare for the podcast, I watch like 3-4 minute clips from a TV show. Like, for example, I've watched probably enough YouTube clips of Boardwalk Empire to watch the entire show, but I've never
100%.
watched a full episode. So I don't watch TV, I don't watch movies, but when I'm doing things on the computer, I watch TV shows in highlighted portions of it. Like, have you guys, any of you seen Boardwalk Empire?
No.
just
Okay.
The
the
exact same thing
first
you did.
season or two.
Okay, so there's a character that is like a mass murderer, and he has like he wears like a mask that covers half of his face that was damaged, and he's a fucking badass. And there was like an hour and 20-minute video that somebody put together on YouTube that was like the story of this character, and I was just watching it like while I was working. I was super into it, and I feel like watching that hour while it's still me watching something, it's better than getting the story in 5 or 6 seasons and being 60 to 70 hours deep. And then so today I was like thinking like for 3 or 4 hours, I was thinking about, I want to play Battalion. Just launch it and go. And I just couldn't give myself the motivation to do so. And one thing that I have learned to do in the past year is to not get down on yourself when that happens. It's really easy to be like, man, why don't I like doing this thing? Why am I getting bored? Why am I getting burnt out? But the fact of the matter is that streaming is so taxing on so many different parts of your life. When you feel like you are losing interest in the things that you like, just let yourself lose interest. Like everybody said, disconnect from it. And then if it's meant to be, you'll come back to it and you'll just jump right back on the horse.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Next question and last question for Mr. Vansman. What is your favorite album of all time and why?
Oh, I already know the answer to this. It's my favorite band. And even though I don't really listen to a lot of music like this anymore, but Third Eye Blind, Blue, their second studio album. But it came out in 1999. It was right when I was getting out of basic training. Shortly, the album was released shortly before then. So it was like, I don't know. Like it just resonated and it's kind of stuck with me because I listened to it so damn many times. Even now, like I was just listening to some of it this last weekend. I had it on. My buddy was over, we were drinking beer. Put on Third Eye Blind. So yeah, it just I probably listened to that album just a million times. I know that's probably not the sexy answer, but
Yeah, no, it's your answer.
yeah.
Salty.
I'm kind of torn. I mean, there's a shitload of good albums out there, but probably Led Zeppelin 2 was probably the most listened to album I've ever fucking listened to in my entire life.
Can you consider greatest hits albums because they're not orchestrated in the same way that a normal album is? It's just an amalgamation of a bunch of good tracks.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that's an album.
Okay.
I would say yes.
You would say yes? Okay.
Yeah, that's a separate album.
Yeah.
Okay. And before Loople's answer is the greatest hits album.
Yeah, that's probably it. That's probably mine.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know, man. If it's like the most listened to, I would say like Green Day, Nimrod.
That's a good album.
Yep.
So just because of like how many times I've listened to it growing up. So
what's the big title track on that one? I'm trying to remember. Is it Time of Your Life? No, that was later.
No, that I feel like Time of Your Life was more popular later on.
No, yeah, like what was the big one on Nimrod? It was like I know there was one like big song off of that album. I'm trying to remember what the popular
I don't
one
remember,
was.
dude.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, never mind.
That's a whole nother thing. And I was talking about this to
I gotta look it
my
up.
wife the other day that I don't remember names of albums at all anymore, unless they were just numbers, where it's really fucking easy.
Really?
Like Led Zeppelin was just like numbers. I don't remember the names of songs and shit anymore
Yeah, right?
because everything's digital, so you don't have to fucking. You're not looking at art. You're not doing shit. Like especially now because me and my son will like rock the fuck out when we go to daycare in the morning. So like we'll listen to like Dropkick Murphys and like punk bands and shit. And so I just use Alexa on Prime Music and like just say the song I want. And it doesn't matter if you just say a lyric or the title or the band right. She always seems to fucking get it right on my phone. So I don't look at shit.
I'm very, very torn. And I'm gonna say I feel like in 10 years, when my content is critiqued by the next generation, they're gonna say, whenever somebody asked Knackers what his favorite thing was, he always gave two things instead of just one. And I know that's a fault. I can't choose one thing, man. I fucking can't. So what I like to do is I'll give a runner-up and then I'll give my answer. I think my number one answer is Blink-182's self-titled album. I think for the time that it came out, the time in my life that I was, and just all of those songs, almost every single track on that album is just rock hard cock for me, just through and through. And my runner-up is In Keeping Secrets of Silent Earth 3 by Coheed and Cambria. And kind of for the same reason, every single track on that album hits home for me. I think it's all just really, really good fucking music. And yeah, here's another episode of I must give a runner-up to my answer. Sorry.
There you go.
Alrighty. Well, that is the end of tonight's podcast, guys. Thank you oh so very much for hanging out with all of us and having a good time. We appreciate it. What we're going to do is go around the room one final time, reintroduce you to everybody here. They're going to throw out their social media where you can find them online, and then we'll close this bitch down. So Salty Sam, start with you.
Yes, Sam.
My name is Salty Sam. You can find me on Twitch at Salty Sam, Twitter at The Salty Sam, and Instagram Salty All Day.
Yo, my name is Jimmy, aka Middle Age Stream. You can find me on Twitch and Instagram at Middle Age Stream, Middle Age Stream on Twitter.
Cam Looples.
Oh, wait.
My camera, I totally didn't just close out Logitech.
Yeah, you did, because you went white balance, brother.
I'm blue as fuck in real life.
Was that it, Looples? No links? No platforms?
Yeah, that's it.
Looples.
Just Twitch.
Find her.
Looples.
And my name is Knackers. You guys can find me on this very channel or at Twitter and Instagram at Knackers with 3 A's. Thank you guys so very much for hanging out with us for the podcast. Next week was supposed to be episode 100. I realized that I'm actually supposed to be out of town next week. So
That'll
in
do it.
yeah, fucking calendar, man, always getting me. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks for episode 100 of the Crocs and Hot Pockets podcast. So y'all have a great fucking night. Thank you so much for chilling with us. We'll see you later. Goodbye.
Bye bye.